Hello, this is Riku558, and it's my review of the Master Grade Zaku II F2 Earth Federation type. So, obviously, here it is, looking very nice. I believe it was released in 2002, so I do give it some slack in terms of what it what it gives as a Master Grade. Anyways, moving on to the actual review. Starting with the colors, we have this sandy tan color, I guess, because it's a desert color, for most of the body. And then we have a nice, it's like a bluish black. It's kind of like on the Strike Freedom. Can't really describe it properly because it looks like a pure black here, but it has a tinge of blue on it. It looks pretty nice. And obviously gray for the accessories, pipes, inner frame, and all that fun stuff. Actually, I think the inner frame's a different color. Nope, it's the same color. It's just a single gray. And then that's just it. I think there's black for the head. Let's see. Take off the top of the head. Yep, it's the same blackish for the head, so it's cool. Anyways, for stickers, you get a single foil mono eye, several numbers, and the Earth Federation Space Forces logos all over the place for dry transfer, and then you got some warning labels for clear stickers, and then that Gundam Club thing, which I might actually look at later. Anyways, so let's move on to articulation. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that gun. So, starting from the head is on a, let's see, what is it? I'm pretty sure it's on a peg or something, or no, it's on a ball joint and I believe a peg. So it can go up and down, it can rotate all the way around, and it can do all sorts of stuff. And you go ahead and also, as I mentioned or showed off earlier, the head can pop off, or its gimmick in the head, and the mono eye can turn, which is pretty standard for a Zaku Master Grade. And I painted the mono eye fluorescent pink Gundam marker. So I'm just going to leave it partially turned, like so. Because I can have him looking in that direction, just plug the cap on him, and that's it. One thing I'd like to mention about the head first is you do get these extra armor plates for the head, which in my opinion make the Zaku look cooler. Unfortunately, you have to cut them out and then glue them on, and also I believe they're exclusive to the Earth Federation version. Yeah, that's it. Alright, so moving on to the body, obviously the cockpit hatch opens, but unlike the Zaku II version 2.0, there's only one place for the first pilot, and he's in there. If I can, it's kind of dark in there because it's gray on gray, but you can see his feet. And yeah, that's the only place the cockpit hatch actually opens, because this is one solid piece of the chest. Anyways, moving on to the arms. The shoulder has this gimmick that I'll mention right after I do normal articulation. So the arm can go out this much. It can rotate all the way around if you don't have the bazooka mounted. The shoulder spike thingies are on a ball joint, so they can just wiggle around a bit. They're not on the fancy hinges like the 2.0s. Arms can rotate below the shoulder, bend at one point, so it's about 90. Hands are on a ball joint so that they can rotate and wiggle. And here's a fixed pose hand, which I actually do like. Anyways, that gimmick I mentioned earlier, apparently they decided to put these little sliders in so you could pull out the shoulder quite a bit and be able to make the Zaku pull out their arm even more because of the hindrance of the shoulder armor. So now you can pull it out that far, which is basically perpendicular to the body, which is pretty nice. Considering the fact that older Master Grades didn't have the greatest articulation, they put in a gimmick to increase it. Okay, so continuing with the arms, the hands come in multiple sets, and I do have them all out so I can easily access them. So you first start off with the two standard master grade hands from the older times, which is a single finger trigger finger split on a hinge, no peg, and a ball jointed thumb, also on a ball joint, or to attach to the wrist, and then you come with these. So first one you saw was the splayed open hand, which was which has a nice tan back, and then you have a gun holding hand, which is a black hand cover. Blech, can't speak today. And then we have a fist, and then obviously the other manipulator hand. So that's all the hands it comes with. It comes with a pretty decent amount, but I do like the fixed pose because it makes for better posing, and their master grade hands back then weren't that great. Anyways, moving on to the rest of articulation, the shield thing is also on a ball joint, so I can rotate a bit and wiggle. There is no waist because the build calls for an entire brick of a waist. It doesn't matter because Zaku's couldn't move around even in the 2.0. So moving on to the waist, the hips, or actually the waist, because there's the front skirts move a little, side skirts move a little, and then unpeg my stuff. Okay, that can happen too. Back skirts don't move because they're pegged in. And this will keep that off. And okay, moving on to the legs. Oh, it goes up all the way. They're on a ball joint, but the ball joints are on this like weird hinge thing, so they can, actually they're more like a swivel, so they can go forward and back on both sides independently from each other. And they're also on a ball joint, so they can go forward quite a bit because of the skirt armor. And backwards, not so much. You can bend the leg at 2 points, and what's really impressive and kind of dangerous is apparently the inner pipes are made of a more pliable material, so when you bend the knee, you can see that it bends and actually contorts its shape to fit, which is pretty good for its age. I'm actually kind of worried it might break, but it hasn't done so far. Also, I do want to show off that I did paint a detail of the pipes, which is really nice. I do like how Bandai includes pipes in their models to show hydraulics and all that. This accessory, I'll mention why it's here later. The ankles are on a double ball joint, so they can go forward and back on the top ball joint-ish a little, and then forward and back on the bottom ball joint. They can rotate a little, and then they have what people will refer to the flip-flop action, where you can do this, so it can move forward a bit more. And then this little black cover is on a peg, on a polycap, so that's pretty nice. Okay, so that's it for our articulation. I almost completely forgot to mention, there is inner frame for this kit, only in the legs, because it is an older master grade, so I'm going to go ahead and take off this missile pod thing. So what you need to do is unpeg this pipe, which is perfectly safe, because these things can't go past the bottom anyways. Rotate that to the side, and just kind of pry your fingernails into the sides, right here. And you can just pop it off if you aren't failing miserably. There we are. So there's a polycap in there, and then pretty decent inner frame leg. Considering how old it is, it's pretty good. It's not amazing, but obviously you can't expect much from a kit from 2002, when inner frames are having just been introduced as a concept, really. Oh, actually, they're not just introduced, but they're still pretty new, and they hadn't gotten used to it yet. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Let's go ahead and put this back on and continue with the review. So, there we go. Or not. Or yes. Or not. Okay. There we go. Peg straight in, like it's supposed to. Or not. There we go. Okay, back to the review. Let's go ahead and move on to accessories. So the first thing that fell off I'm going to go ahead and go over is the Heat Hawk, which apparently is exclusive to the Master Grade Earth Federation version. The Xeon one does not. So here it is, just a generic Heat Hawk. But what's nice about it is that it comes with this cool clip thing, so you can clip it in, and it'll be nice and stored. And it comes with an extra storage piece for this little ammo clip, which I'll leave out because it can be used. So for storage, as you can see, it just goes in the side skirt and just pegs in, like so. Nice and easy. And let's put them aside. Here we have the I like to call it like the Zaku rifle, because it doesn't look like a machine gun. It looks like a decent rifle. It does have a extending and retracting stock, so that's cool. This handle moves, and the scope moves. And there's a clear piece on the inside, so that's nice. Basically, the ammo clip can come off, and then I'm going to go ahead and show off this gimmick here. You can take something to pull this piece out, and then it turns into something you can peg it into the side skirt or the back skirt and put it in for storage. And then instead of having that kind of ammo, you can use this little ammo clip I mentioned just a moment ago and plug it into the top if I don't mess up. And I think I put it in backwards. Nope, I put it in the right way. Here we are. And it has a little ammo clip, so it looks a little bit more compact. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and put this back in his hand with the articulated one. I would use the gun holding hand I mentioned earlier, but I do like the sand colored handguard a lot more, so I go ahead and use the original Master Grade manipulator, so it's fine. He holds it kind of loosely, but I don't really care. There you go. Okay, so the next weapon that he actually comes with is the bazooka. Actually, I almost forgot to mention, the gun does have a clip, so if I can just get this out again, you just go like this, and then it'll, oh, you need to take out the ammo. And then there will be this hole in the peg, so you just go ahead and, oh, that looks good. Anyways, you just go ahead and peg in that hole and then clip it down, and it stays pretty well. Until I jinx myself and everything falls apart. That's not a good sign. I'm going to glue that later. Anyways, moving on. Oops. And Zaku does not want to cooperate very well. Anyways, here's this bazooka. Looks pretty nice, like a standard bazooka. Movable handle. This thing is... yeah, this thing moves. It had a clear part, but it falls out every 5 seconds, so I lost it at this point. And obviously, the Zaku can hold it. It's not that hard. So just put it into the hand. Obviously, close the hand around it. And I don't know if it's just me, but I find it rather difficult to pose my Zakus with the bazooka over the shoulder. It doesn't look quite right to me. So what I like to do is do it under the shoulder or under the arm, so it looks like that, and it looks a little more natural. So I'm gonna just leave that in his hand while I go over the next accessory, which actually didn't come with this kit. I ordered it off of Gundam Store and More, but if you own the Xeon type, you'll know about this one. It comes with the Xeon type came with missile racks, which I ordered, so that looks pretty nice. And it comes with the Xeon type. God, I gotta stop mauling my own mobile suits. alliteration. Anyways, here's the submachine gun that the F2 comes with, which is one of the reasons why I actually bought the parts, because I actually really like this gun. It comes with an ammo clip for the gun, and that's it. And that's actually it for the review. For an older Master Grade, I do admit that this is a really nice quality kit. It does, in fact, give the feel of what the Zaku should give. I do agree that the older Master Grades do look a little bit better than the 2.0s, only because the 2.0s are supposed to look more cartoony, while the non-2.0s are supposed to look more realistic. So they took completely different turns there. Sure, its articulation isn't that great, but it makes up for it by looking really nice with what little poses it can make, so that's cool. In the end, do I recommend it? For the price point, yeah. Go ahead, get it. It's a nice kit. The articulation is okay. It does have a funny gimmick with the shoulders. They do lock in place, I did forget to mention. The mono eye still moves. Hands have there's fixed post and movable hands, which is nice. The only downside, which isn't really a downside, is the lack of movable waist. The legs are cool. There's pistons. There's leg inner frame, which I should have mentioned, but I'm probably just gonna edit it in later. It's just a really nice overall kit. I didn't even do any paneling to it, and it still looks nice. Anyways, that's it for this review, and I'll see you guys next time.